Good morning, students. Very warmful welcome again in our media lectures. Today, I start the Sanskrit subject. First, I give the information about our Sanskrit subject. So, guys, Sanskrit and Hindi both are optional subject. If you have choose any subjects, the criteria about the subject, marks, examination system, both are similar. But just this is the choice about in two languages, Hindi or Sanskrit. Okay, now today I am talking about the Sanskrit language. In Sanskrit subject, this is the textbook. In Gujarati medium and in English medium, both texts are very much same. But the changes, the difference are just only like that. If you in English medium, you should be answering in answer sheet right in English. And if you are in Gujarati medium, you should be write the answers in Gujarati. So this is just a difference about answering language. So text is very much similar about Gujarati medium and English medium. Okay, at the board examination criteria, the importance about the Sanskrit subject is like that. It's a when you want to choose in future B group. So Sanskrit is compulsory subject. When you want to go in Ayurveda or in other courses, so it is a very valuable language in the criteria about the 10th standard as well as in future if you choose the in science B group. Okay, now students, we talk about the main things for examination criteria. What is the Sanskrit weightage and what is the important about the Sanskrit language? As a paper style, there is the three important matters in Sanskrit language. First of all, translation criteria and question answer. This criteria should be coming from the textbook. Second thing, grammatical section 1 to 16 points for grammar, and the other things out of textbook question weightage like comprehensions, like some expand the ideas. Uh, this type of questions out of textbook, but don't worry students, it's very much familiar about you. Why? Because this is the level about 8th, 9th and 10th standard criteria. So in our Sanskrit language, three type of sections are in this book. First one, lessons. Second one, grammatical ideas. And third one, comprehension, chronological events, short notes, etc. So today, first, I give the whole information about this Sanskrit subject. Now, this is our Sanskrit textbook, you know very well. Uh, in the Sanskrit textbook, when we are going to index, just only 20 chapters are there and 6 chapter for grammatical section. Grammar is very much familiar. Why? Because you already know about the grammar in 9th standard. So not new for you. Some points are new, but most points it's repeat in 10th standard grammar Sanskrit. So 1 to 20 chapters are included in index. All chapters are compulsory. Some chapters is a poem, some chapters is a prose. And in grammatical section, most of revision about 9th standard grammar. Some points are new, but it is not hard for you. First, all of you just clear your mind. Sanskrit grammar, it's a very easy. It's a very scientific. So please, એનાથી ડરવાની કોઈ જરૂર નથી. Please, it is very much easy about you. When we discussing the grammar point, you already feel like that. It's very easy. So guys, today now we start. our Sanskrit textbook, lesson number 1. It is Samvadadvam. Basically, this lesson is based on Vedic shloks, and two and other shloks are of course included there, but most of Vedic shloks are here. When you read the introduction paragraph, you are very much clear about this lesson. And when you are going to exercise, you are very much clear about the what type of shloks are in translation, what type of shloks in complete the following verses, what type of shloks from the expand the idea. So it's a very easy for you. Please don't worry about this. First, I give the information about the first shlok. This is from Rigveda. Samgachadvam samvadadvam samvo manasi janatam deva bhagam yatha purve samjanana upasate. It's a universal verses, I think. Samgachadvam, we should be going similarly, we should be think similarly, we should be knowing ourselves, we should be doing yagna similarly, and oh God, we always appreciate, we always worship to you in unity. So it is very easy shlok are there. This is the just subject about, I describe the subject about this shlok. When we are going to translation criteria, it's very easy for you. Third one, this second shlok is Vishwani Deva Savitu Duritani Parasuva Yad Badram Tanna Asuva. It is for Yajurveda shloka. Third shlok is अनुव्रत पितु पुत्रो मात्रा भवतु सम्मना जाया प्रत्ये मधुमतिम वाचम वदतु शांतिवान. This is from Atharvaved. Fourth shlok, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. This shlok from Upanishad. And the last fifth shlok, काले वर्षन्तु पर्जन्य पृथ्वी सस्यशालिनी देशो अयम क्षोभरहितो मानवा संतु निर्भया. It is also from Upanishad. So these 5 shloks included in our lesson number 1. When you going to on page number 4, question number 7 in exercise, there is the 2 shlok for the complete the following verses. Samgachadvam and the other one Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. This both shlok for complete the following verses and other shlok from translation criteria as well as expand the criteria. So lesson number 1 is very much easy for you guys. It is Vedic shloks are there. When we are going to in next video, we are talking about the translation criteria, we are talking about the grammatical section, we are talking about the question answer also. So now guys, I hope so you are now comfort about our Sanskrit subject, and first of all you must be read textbook 1 or twice time in week. Why? Because when we read the textbook, we are very much familiar about the subject. So I hope so guys, you are very much clear about our first lesson. Next video we will talking about the more details about first lesson. Have a nice day.